this place where I bow my head and empty myself. I feel your grace through your words I've read, mending all else.
Once we realize that we have been grasped by the love of Christ, then does not our whole life become a generous response to Him? He who is all giving to us invites us to make a gift of ourselves. He who is never stingy with us invites us to overcome our own selfishness and our self-concern, to be all in on the proclamation of the kingdom. And that's what it means to be a missionary disciple. For the last 3 years, we've been engaged here in the Diocese of Madison on Go Make Disciples, our evangelizing initiative, putting front and center the good news of the gospel, that in Jesus Christ, God has saved us, that the Lord has come to reclaim His world. In our evangelizing efforts, we've come to discover some challenging facts. So in the last 10 years here in the Diocese of Madison, we've seen a 50% drop in the number of children in catechesis, 40% drop in the number of baptisms, 35% drop in the number of marriages, a decline in mass attendance even before COVID decimated those numbers. So we are about subverting those statistics. We're about changing those metrics. We want to evangelize everyone in our diocese in a way that allows them to step into this loving, living, saving relationship with the Lord and to make their contribution to the salvation of the world. So Into the Deep is not about shutting down churches. It's not about diminishment. It's about creatively utilizing our resources so that we can be more fruitful in the proclamation of the gospel, the celebration of the sacraments, the formation of our youth, and the living of the mission of Jesus in the world. So because of Into the Deep, our priests will now be working as teams, spending less time on administration, much more time on the pastoral work that we want them to do. Our lay staffs will be working together in new and creative ways. We will be sharing our material resources so that we are all in on the mission, and instead of unnecessary duplication, we will be laser focused on realizing the dream that Jesus has for us. So the vision is that our parishes, as they are newly created out of our pastorates, will be circles of missionary discipleship, where everyone will joyfully encounter the Lord in the Eucharist, where we will hear the gospel, where we will be formed in the faith, and that we will be equipped to go into the world and to give witness to our families, our friends, our coworkers about the power of Jesus Christ and the life-changing grace that comes when we open our hearts to Him.
The world is ever-changing and our lives are rearranging as you call us all to do your holy will. The journey ever winding, it is all your perfect timing. You're the way, the truth, the light still.
But I just want to remind all of us why we're doing this. We're doing Into the Deep so that Go Make Disciples flourishes. We're strategically restructuring our diocese so that all of our resources are focused on mission and not maintenance. That we don't want to preside over just the steady, slow decline of the church. We want to drink deeply of the Holy Spirit and be so renewed in the zeal and power of God that we will live afresh in our time and place the wonder of the Acts of the Apostles. When the church in her infancy and newness exploded upon the world. And people were overjoyed to receive Jesus Christ into their lives. That's what Into the Deep is about. And we just pray that we may continue to move forward with confidence, knowing that the Holy Spirit is calling us to something greater. So in this powerful moment, I call you to join me in going into the deep, trusting in the Holy Spirit, being all in the mission to live the fullness of the gospel in our time and place. This is our moment, and God is calling us to greatness. So what we do in these ensuing years is really so that your children and grandchildren will have the fullness of the Catholic faith that we ourselves have received because of the beautiful legacy that our forebears have given to us.